Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very sombre Tilton talk show sponsored by AMG Logistics with myself, Paul Hipkiss, our very own and the only person at Cambridge that's in here, Claire Wheeldon.
Good evening.
Mr. Roadmark Adams.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Mr. Fixer Craig Courtney.
Good evening, everyone.
Our main producer, Mr. Chris Browne.
Good evening.
Special guest number one, it's a pleasure to have you on, mate, is Mr. Tally Jones.
Good evening.
And last but by no means least, our very special guest for tonight is obviously Mr. AMG Logistics himself, Mr. Andy Griffiths.
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Evening, Andy. So, how are we all? Obviously, sad news yesterday about Hoppy, and I'll start with my sort of main memory of him, and then we'll pass it round to everyone else. But for me, when I was a kid, I remember my dad taking me to the training ground up by Elmdon. I was trying to get to the players on the pitch. They were just sat there taking drinks. It was a summer's afternoon pre-season. I was probably about 9-10 years old, something like that. And yeah, the actual groundsman wouldn't let me past a certain point. And I just remember Hoppy coming over, having a chat to my dad, calling the groundsman a miserable sod, and then just taking me over to the lads. So yeah, that's my memory of Hoppy, absolute blues legend. And yeah, very sadly missed and gone too soon. Obviously, Claire, I know you obviously too young to have seen him play, but I guess you bumped into him in concourses and stuff, haven't you, over the years?
Yeah, unfortunately, I never got to see him play. I've heard a lot about him before anyway. I do know some of his family as well, so my condolences go to Katie and Stacey, who I played football with and went to school with as well. I'm thinking of you guys. I know some of the family as well from football previously too, and he's from my local area as well, so to us he's a Hall Green legend. Probably didn't live far from where I grew up either, so it just shows, doesn't it, if you're good at what you do, you can get high in that place. And you know, away, home and away most weeks. Probably bumped into him once or twice, but again, he left when I was born, so yeah, it's a shame really. But you know, you can tell the love for him online, and everyone talking about him, the pictures he had with everybody. He never shied away. He was always a player that, you know, you could go up and speak to, and everyone's got a story behind him as well. So it's such a shame, and it's so sad. And he's in the Blues Hall of Fame, where he definitely deserves to be.
100%, and a great tribute from the club as well outside on the screens, isn't it? You know, seeing the pictures of him up on the screen. But Andy, give us your memories of Hoppy, mate.
Well, I mean, that's probably about when I really started following the Blues, and it was just coming to the end of his career. Well, about to move on from Blues. Like, you know, that was a great team then, wasn't it? You know, like the good old days, as they say. Bumped into him loads of times over the last few years. You know, mainly with a pint in his hand, but that's how everyone wants to remember him, isn't it? You know, so,
yeah.
But no, he was a top player as well. Really top player. You know, like really fast down that wing. You know, it was like a real servant to the club, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I
caught the rear end of his career really when he was when his second spell at the club, and you know, in the sort of early 90s, and he was more of a sort of sub then coming on, and he started the odd game. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I don't have as many memories of him as a player, I'll be honest, as like Nigel Gleghorn or Simon Sturridge at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how would you describe him as a player, like in comparison to maybe a more recent player for us? Was he more like Chris Burke or?
Well, probably Devlin as well, really. Yeah, that kind of role, really, you know, because like that's you know, he had the club at heart, didn't he? And like he'd give everything, you know. And like, there's certain players throughout the last 30-odd, 40-odd years that I can remember that, you know, they gave everything for the club, didn't they? Didn't matter if we win, lose, or draw, as long as they give everything. And that's what all Blues fans want, innit? We don't care. We don't care if we lose, but we don't want players going out there and don't care, don't give it. You know, you just want we want people to battle for the club, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, and he was definitely one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Craig, obviously, I know we're of a similar-ish sort of age, so I guess you're the sort of same boat as myself, are you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, a couple of his games, and I think I described him the other day when the announcement was made that he was the person that epitomised Birmingham City. He was blue through and through, not only as a player but as a fan, and the way that it carried on. We all know those stories of seeing him not just I can't say walking to the ground, but staggering up. And it was seeing the many occasions when he's been coming up the Coventry Road and I've seen him with Roger Johnson. I saw him with Skip on quite a few occasions. But the thing that was about him was, it didn't matter because Hoppy was one of us.
Yeah.
But also he made sure the fans still got to see him just as an individual, and he had time for everybody, the families, the kids. It didn't matter. He had time for them, and that I think is what made it so special, and part of that original Crazy Gang as well. When you think about the people that he was with, and we've said condolences to the family, but got to think of those close friends, those players that he was with. Noel Blake, happy birthday first of all, and I know that you're not actually celebrating because of what's gone on. But the one thing I would say is, Hoppy will be up there having a pint for you. So, just think of it in terms of the way that he was. And yes, it's a shock. Come around very, very quickly. Way too young. Simple as that. Way, way, way too young. And I now just hope. I think the boards and having a Hoppy on there was a great touch. And I can't really wait to see now what the club are going to do. And what we as fans can do at that home game against Stoke, it needs to be the tribute towards him that he deserved, because he will be missed, both by family, friends, fans, and most of all in those walkways at the away games where you always, no matter what, saw him.
Swansea's I think there'll be a few drinks for him. There'll be a drink for Swansea. So
absolutely, yeah. I think when anything sad happens, obviously it's natural to be sad, but it's also important to, it's natural to be sad that it's over, but it's also important to be, to smile because it happened, if you know what I mean. As well as be sad because it's the end, it's also important to be happy because it happened as well at the same time, you know what I mean? So, but
I think at the times that he was a bit of a madman as well, Jay. It's like we all know the story. Stopping and lamping a West Ham fan to stop him from getting on the pitch and getting to the referee and stuff. And it's just like, those things wouldn't happen in football nowadays. He was, again, comes down to if he'd have played on the field at his present moment and carried on playing the way that he played, I'd give him less than 10 minutes before he was sent off. But that was the type of player that he was. Also, hey, we've been saying it for weeks, but it's the type of player we're actually missing in our team at the moment.
Yeah. You mentioned 4 players there, Craig, and obviously Paul Devlin. I want to mention Dev again because I know he was pretty close with him as well. So, pretty good pals with him. So yeah, condolences to Dev as well, and Dev as well. Robe, your memories of Hoppy, mate, and I guess again you're listening to me and Craig.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I started going down the Blues in '81 when I was 5. So I remember just before he came. I remember you see the Ansels logo, and it just brings up memories of Hoppy and all the rest of it. I mean, I had that shoot poster on my wall. I actually nicked it from school in a wet playtime. I remember, he had like a wet playtime. And I was about 28 at the time.
It was
I had nicking spirit at school.
No. There's a copy of Shoot, and I remember I was only about 5 or 6. And I just saw this poster of Hoppy and Shoot, and I remember nicking that and bringing it home, putting it on my wall. And then, like I say, met him a few times over the years, had a good few chats. I remember being at Wembley in '91 with my dad, the Leyland Daff, and I just remember saying to my dad, like, I'd love Hoppy to come on because it just Blues meant so much to him. I wanted to see him on the pitch, but never quite made it, did he? Only he was a sub that day, and he never came on. But it's like
That's how I remember him more so, Mark, as exactly what you just said there. You know, he was kind of
exactly.
Like towards the
I remember I think I met him, but they had like an open day the week before the Leyland Daff, and I remember going on the Sunday with my dad and getting his autograph from that the week before, and he was just remember having a quick chat, and he was like proper buzzing to be going to Wembley, just like we were, you know, and yeah, it was just little things like that. I mean, I think the last proper sort of chat I had with him was at the Leyland Daff reunion last year. Last April. Me and my dad went to that, and yeah, he was just chatting to me. And like I say, he had time for everyone. He made you feel like he was the only friend I had, to be honest. But no, yeah, he was just one of us. I know it sounds the old cliches, he's one of us and that, but he really was. He was just like a proper like us, a fan who made it big.
Yeah,
and I love the thing I liked about him. I love the fact he said he kept a program from every single Blues game he played in. Yeah. He's got a big stack of programs, and he kept everything from every game he played in. He was just a legend, wasn't he? He's just a one-off.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, we just loved him.
Yeah. We definitely need to honour him in a very special way. You know, So see what the club have planned in the future. See what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Tally, yourself, mate.
I missed him. I did playing days, but I met him outside of the ground. You know, like my dad, my stepdad. You say he was a great player and that, but as you say, approachable. Used to have a good laugh. I saw him last at the Bristol away. I think it was his birthday. Okay. Nice fella.
Yeah. Well, my dad only shot his Coventry game literally a week ago yesterday. Really? Yeah. So we saw him outside. My dad had a quick chat with him and shook his hand. Yeah. So that's literally 8 days ago. So
a week and a bit, yeah.
Very sudden, isn't it? And a big shock. And you know, and Chris, obviously yourself, mate. Give us your memories of.
Oh, crikey! I don't want to keep going over the same cliche, but I mean, it really is a cliche, isn't it? That's what's made him so iconic. You know what I mean? He was a Blues fan living. He was a Blues fan living the dream, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And he really was one of us. But loads of memories. I mean, the memory of him coming in here really just sticks out in my mind when he said to me, he says, "Can I bring some beer?" I went, yeah, of course. Yeah, but don't forget, we're only here for an hour and a half, 2 hours. He bought a crate. You know what? And he drunk a lot.
Wow.
He drunk a lot. But what a character! And some of those stories I've kept. A lot of these stories I've kept, and I'll be putting them out in a show in the future. But wonderful lad, wonderful lad. And he did play a lot with the charity, charity, Tom Ross's charity side.
That's right. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just brilliant. Love the lad.
Yeah.
Legend.
Oh, rest in peace, Hoppy, mate, and keep right up. And condolences to all friends and family. Okay, Claire is the only person that was at Cambridge that's here. Talk us through your day, and obviously I know you were sort of in limbo for a bit, weren't you? Wondering about the weather.
Well, I'm just watching the FA Cup draw, and they said Vile V, and then said 24. Nearly held me breath. So I'm just waiting for them to all come out. It was a long day, to be honest. We were waiting from 12 o'clock to know whether to leave or to not leave. And then obviously we got the go-ahead. Fair play to Cambridge. The pitch looked really, really good for a League Two pitch. I mean, it was a bit bobbly in places, but wasn't too bad. Yeah, it was a good game. I was there to watch Kyogo score. Never thought I'd ever say that. Finally,
to put on your sleeve there, Claire.
Great finish. He worked hard for the goal.
Yeah.
Glad you did it. Oh, it looks like we might be having Leeds here, guys.
We have.
At home.
Birmingham Leeds at home.
Oh.
We haven't had that for a bit, have we?
That won't be quick.
The last one of them was probably the 5-4 to them, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah.
That was absolutely brilliant game, end to end.
I thought I was watching tennis. Andy. It was like,
I know. I couldn't believe it. It was like literally we were going down one end scoring, and they were coming back up and scoring at the other end.
Well,
Yeah,
we're going to
tell you what
need
as
to
well.
play better than we did on on Saturday against them.
Yeah.
But I think it was a bit sluggish in the first half. It wasn't the best game of football. Our passing wasn't great. It was very like sideways and backwards. And to be fair, they came at us and they did give us a really good game. We scored, and then Wagner again got a goal following his assist. I think he's going to be a great player for us.
Looks good, doesn't he? Yeah, very good.
Yeah, he looks really good. And then the Duck got a goal. But then again, we then got a bit, we had lapse of concentrations, and then they got into it. And I was generally so cold that I wanted the game to end as soon as possible. But then it was like, let's hold on because, they got 2 goals back. But I think it's nice to get a win. A win is a win, away from home as well. We'll take it. We can't play like that against Swansea. We need to step it up. I think we missed Stano just for his work rate. But yeah, it's a win at the end of the day. And hopefully with we've got out in the next 4, we got 3 away from home. So we do need to find some form and momentum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I can't be the only one who thought when Kyogo was through one-on-one with the keeper, he was going to miss.
Well, we all held our breath and then celebrated like we'd won the league.
Yeah.
He hit the post as well.
He did have a good fit. Yeah, he nearly got a second. So, hopefully he's found his shooting boots.
Yeah. And Andy, did you watch it at home or?
Yeah, I watched it at home. Yeah, I couldn't get to it. I'm struggling with away games, trying to fit everything in. I think my next away game's Oxford. Just got me tickets for Oxford.
Okay.
That's my next. Sorry about the barking. The dogs have been a bloody nightmare.
That's all right. No worries at all.
I think there's Amazon doing a delivery.
All right. So I think overall the performance was good, wasn't it? And we took the goals we took very well. I thought. Yeah. Not just Kyogo, but I thought even Dux, and Wagner put theirs away very well, didn't they? So yeah, I think we've got the foundations there of a team that can hopefully start doing a job away from home in the league. More importantly. But yeah, Tally, what were your thoughts, mate? Pretty similar to what I've said, or
yeah. You just said about Marvin's goal. It's amazing how Doyle in the team makes a huge difference. Both Coventry and Cambridge. Yeah, he put that lovely ball through. He just reads the game really well. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Pass it. He always passes it forward, usually, doesn't he?
Definitely.
I don't think we can sing sideways and backwards to him. He usually direct.
I think we need to put a cheeky bid in this window.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if not, Wolves are going to want him next season.
I think they will reject it and have him anyway.
I don't know. I've heard they're desperate for cash.
I'm putting 4 million then.
Is it the deal if we at the end of the season we have obligation to buy?
Only if we get promoted.
If we get promoted, yeah.
Okay. So if we don't get promoted, he goes back, or we have to put a bid in. So
I think I'd put a bid in.
I would take it now.
Test the waters, yeah, I would.
Yeah. What other? We're linked with certain players, aren't we? And we've been mentioned, obviously, for certain players in this window. But what sort of positions do we think we need strengthening the most with what we've got?
Striker,
100% striker.
We need a big striker up top who can hold the ball up, and then have Mane, Damari, Patrick Roberts, and everybody else going off him.
Yeah, Andy, what do you think?
We need a big number 10. That's what I think we need. I think we've got the strikers, but as you say, there's just no one up there to. I hate to say it, but we're missing Duke. Don't get me wrong. Last season he was pushing it, but that's who we're missing. Someone to hold the ball, put it out to someone. But lots of talk about Che Adams, but I don't know. I don't know. I think he's better off someone, which we haven't got that, have we? So
no.
Dykes is never going to be the man, is he?
Well, he's going. He's definitely going.
Well, apparently Leicester want him as well, not just Charles.
I thought he was for him as well, weren't they?
Ipswich were, weren't it?
Yeah. Ipswich as well, yeah. There's quite a few, to be honest.
I think we need somebody for a plan B, because I think the problem is that we haven't got a plan B, especially at the moment, because Dykes isn't there. I think the thing is you need someone for plan B, and if you look at the bench over the last 2 or 3 weeks, near the start of the season you're thinking, wow, that's a decent bench, but now you're like, oh, we've got some kids that we're not sure about, which, if they're good enough, play them. But I do think we need some extras.
There's one player I'd go after, and he wouldn't have to move house, and unfortunately, he plays for them up the road. So whether we'd be able to get him or not, I'm not sure, and that's Ross Barkley. He's a player I'd like to see, just driving forward with the ball and scoring a few goals for us.
He's injured at the moment, though, isn't he? I think he's coming back from an injury,
Right then, someone with a bit of experience.
Just someone who can get the ball, right, the opposition and create some chances.
Where is the modern day Barry Ferguson? That sort of like them steals in January. You used to be able to get them from Premiership teams, but I can't see them.
No, I can't see him anymore. No.
The only other one I mentioned last week was Calvin Phillips as well. Who's not doing anything.
Definitely.
Yeah,
he'd be a good one.
Well, let's see what we do anyway. We seem to be shopping in the foreign market more so than anywhere, don't we? And it's always a bit more of a risk bringing players in that have got no experience of the level. But we have recruited well in that area. Don't get me wrong; it's not a criticism, but it is more of a risk, isn't it, than signing players that know the country and know the league inside out. So I'd like to see a couple of signings of players like you've just said there, like a Barry Ferguson. That's probably too high a level at the moment, Tally, I'd say, but like when we signed Lee Carsley, Kevin Phillips, that season, them are the kind of players that will get you promoted, aren't they? Raddy Joy Eady, people like that.
People with a bit of experience. Like we said last week, Paul, we made signings, but there's not a massive amount of championship winning sort of mentality in there, is there? It's a lot of it's been abroad or untested. I think we'll see Leonard go. I mean, apparently there's some MLS teams after Leonard as well.
And Belgium, I think.
And Belgium as well.
Yeah.
Is it a permanent deal or will it be a loan? It'd be sad to see him go. At 24 years of age, 2.5 years left on his contract.
He's good cover for Doyle because, Doyle's been out for what was it, last 3 games with when he had his red card. He's been playing because we haven't got anyone else in that position, have we?
Leonard's good at holding the ball and moving it forward. I think at Watford it showed how good he was, because even though we were losing and we weren't playing well, he came on second half and he was the best player on the pitch. And I do think we missed that drive, that person that, when Doyle's not there. But I think that when Paik was out, Doyle and Leonard were a brilliant partnership in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think he dropped at the baggies when he started. He brought Paik straight back then, and I thought, it was a bit harsh on Leonard in my opinion, because I do think it was the 4-0 at home or 4-1 at home to Norwich, wasn't it? He played well in.
And then he was dropped for the Albion game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I did feel sorry for him.
Yeah, and I think at the back now it's looking like a Robinson and Clara partnership, isn't it? More so than Neumann. I think Neumann's going to be the one that unfortunately loses his place.
Isn't there mention that he's going to be going as well?
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Newman.
Sassuolo, isn't it? Sassuolo or something in Italy want him.
It was a film.
Really?
If the Vile get their centre back.
Villa are buying one of their players, but Newman he has to go before Newman comes in.
Was it Sassuolo? Was that a Phil Collins song?
That was Phil Collins.
I don't even know how to say it.
Sassuolo.
Yeah, so sorry, we digressed. Robe, give us your thoughts on the game, Robe. Let's go around the room.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I was really surprised with the lineup. I thought it was a really strong lineup, and I thought we'd have made 6 or 7 changes. But you know what, we did the job. We did the damage with the 3 goals. Surprised. I'm glad Stano didn't feature at all. I think we said last week we didn't even want him to even travel. But yeah, chuff for Kyogo. Can't wait to see him score that first goal at St Andrews, because the roof will come off on it. But I mean, got to put one thing straight though. Everyone's saying it's his first goal. It's not. The amount of people who said it's his first goal. He scored in the Sheffield against Sheffield United, the tapping. Yeah. And it's only a tapping, but little things like that, I can't sleep at night if people were. But no, I was quite chuffed. The main thing is, I mean, people were saying, but we let them come in, but we through to the next round of the cup. That's all that counts.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Ask any Palace fan. I'm sure they'd like to have squeezed through. It's all about going through, and that's what we did.
Have you seen who Macclesfield have got? Brentford at home.
Wow.
Have they?
Yeah, so Brentford have got to go there now.
There's some really good ties. I think Arsenal have got Wigan, Hull have got Chelsea.
Yeah.
There's quite a few where, you know, the smaller teams are playing.
Yeah, them up the
Do
road.
we think on a purely selfish level, do we think the game will be moved to like 8 o'clock or the Sunday?
I think it'll be moved to the next day. You can't have Blues and Villa both at home on the same day.
And Leeds as well, Frank.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be.
Yeah,
they might have to have it at 10 o'clock on a Thursday morning.
I'll tell you, it'll be the Sunday morning game. It'll be the 12 o'clock Sunday game.
You know what, Andy? I hope it is because being selfish, we're in Malta that week, and we land at 4. We land at 4 o'clock on the Saturday afternoon. So
there you are, then.
There you go. Be sorted.
Selfish.
They'll make it so that we can't hardly drink before the game. So it's going to be
the Sunday, won't it?
Yeah, a bit of Sunday. 12
and
o'clock.
Also, we were supposed to be on TV against the Baggies, so it actually made sense to just keep us at 12:30 because.
Yeah.
I'll put money on that.
Yeah.
A lot before last season.
Yeah. I just hope we can. I'm sure we'll make a good account of ourselves at home against them. You know, and there's no reason why we can't beat them. To be honest, at home, I think we can beat anybody at home. I do.
I'm not scared of them in any way. You know, they're beatable.
As long as we can get our strongest team out, you know what I mean. As long as hopefully Gray's available and Stano's fully fit, and you know what I mean, we can get our strongest 11 out there. And hopefully with a couple of additions as well between now and then. You know, you never know what can happen. There's certainly bigger shocks than that, hasn't there? Only this weekend.
Yeah. No.
So yeah. Craig, obviously you watched at home as well.
I did indeed. I think it was a little bit of you know, you have to get used to it to start off with. You know, they made it very, very hard for us, but as soon as we'd broken them down, it was just you could then see the difference, and it was actually very similar when I looked at it to the league game. You know, it was a tough start, break them down, and then get what we needed. But the thing is, you know, second half was all game management. And what I'm kind of, you know, yes, we conceded 2 goals. Or should I say, our defence gifted them 1 goal, and it was a good finish for the second. But the thing was, we've gone through 90 minutes, we've won away from home, Kyogo scored, and we've come away from the game injury-free. That, to me, is a win-win-win, you know. I kind of see we did enough to get us through to the next round, and that's what everybody wanted. And, you know, very similar to last year, really, isn't it, when you think about it? We get through that first round with relative ease and go into a nice home game where, this time we're probably not going to get the late night kickoff with the fireworks and the lights show and everything else, but we'll certainly put up a good fight. And you know, Leeds always tasty when we play them. Games actually as well, and also they're going to have a great following. But I watched them yesterday, and I've got to say, you know, I know they come back in the second half and kind of turned on the style, but it took them a good couple of substitutions before they settled. So it depends on how they go and set themselves up. But we put a decent team out on the day, and I wouldn't write us off at all.
Craig, I think Robinson went off with a slight knock.
Yeah.
He went off with a slight knock near the end. That's why Newman came on.
Yeah, that's probably did. Yeah,
might be Norman and
taking a knock. I got to say, I just saw him come off. I thought it was a natural sub. But I mean, when I go back to Saturday, the game as well. Firstly, the conditions. We had to play towards the conditions as well, and we managed to settle into that. It was nice to see quite a bit, and the thing about Kyogo and his goal, first of all, the way he robbed the defender, I thought was absolutely superb. But he threatened it just a little bit earlier as well, and the defender managed to get away with it. So you can see that probably for him, the way he's going to be scoring his goals, he's running off the back of the defenders and getting that ball forwards.
Yeah,
a poacher who I've got to say, still a great finish that was on there. And I'm pleased for the lad. He also got man of the match, which is great. So it's all about confidence. Take that forwards into the weekend's game now, and we'll see what's happening. But Albion moved to what will now be a midweek game. I think has also maybe in the current situation done us a little bit of a favour, because we always know new manager bounce.
Yeah.
Hopefully that person's come in and settled down and done his little bit of tinkering if he can before we play them now. And look, they've got no money as well, you know. When it comes to the window, they've got to ship people out if they want to bring anybody in. So they're in a very tough position. But we move forward. Look, I'm looking forward to Saturday now, and I really hope that the confidence of 2 wins on the bounce shows in the team.
Yeah. Would we all start Kyogo on Saturday at Swansea?
I would probably. I just don't think, to me, Duck is a away player. I don't think he can hold the ball up and things like that. I don't know whether we just go for it and put Stano in behind and put Kyogo up top and bring Duck on. Don't know.
Yeah.
Is he fit, Stansfield?
I think he will be by the weekend.
He's suffering with that dead leg from previous games. So.
Yeah.
You can't have a dead leg for 3 weeks, can you? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. We've had to put up with Mark
for a few years.
we've had to put up with Mark for a few years as well, haven't we? That's dead wood. He's
that's dead head.
Yeah, dead head. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we've come well there, haven't we? Good evening to everyone watching, by the way, on all the shout boxes. Do give us your comments, and we'll read out as many as we can. Any good early ones coming in, and also give us any good funny memories of Hoppy as well. It'd be good as well if we can get those as well, please.
We're waiting for them. The full FA Cup draw, for everybody's reference, is Liverpool or Barnsley versus Brighton, Stoke v Fulham, Oxford, Sunderland, Southampton, Leicester, Wrexham, Ipswich, Arsenal, Wigan, Hull City versus Chelsea, Burton, West Ham, Burnley, Mansfield, Norwich, West Brom, Port Vale, Bristol City, Grimsby against the Wolves, B6 against Newcastle, Man City versus Salford City or Swindon. Now, what a great game that would be for Salford City. Come on, Salford.
Did they play them last season?
I think they played each other last season.
Yeah.
And Macclesfield, Brentford, and finally, last but not least, our good selves against Leeds. So there are some fantastic draws. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what the TV pull out from those, to be honest.
Well, that Macclesfield is what the cup's all about, isn't it? And I think it told us as well that we employed the wrong Rooney, didn't it?
Problem is, though, what you find is that there were so many games on TV. There was hardly any that weren't, were there? Like Discovery Plus have got them, and so I think that they have. I think it's 12:03 and 5:45, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they were the Saturday time, so I think they'll do that again.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're 5:45 though. You know, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think you can't have Blues against Leeds and Villa against Newcastle. Can you imagine all of them in the city centre in Digbeth? Well, I mean, Villa don't go there, do they? No. But like, can you imagine Leeds, Newcastle, and Blues fans together in Birmingham? It's not going to happen, is it?
It's definitely half 12 Sunday. Half 12 Sunday it'll be.
Yeah, I think it'll be 12:30 either way. One of my mates said it might even be Friday night for them and 12:30 for us. So that even on like the Sunday, so you get a gap where they can leave and then they can come in.
Yeah.
They're nutters.
Yeah, if they've got any brains, they'll do that. They'll live a day in between the two. Don't do the morning after they play. But yeah, so okay, yeah. Any good early comments coming in, Chris, at all from anyone?
One of the most important ones comes from David Taylor. He says the pubs will be open at 6 a.m. in Digbeth. Plenty of drinking time. That's
very true, actually. Yeah. Okay, keep them coming anyway. Just read out any comments that we get as they come in. I've got the shout box here as well. But if anyone says anything that we want to shout about, let us know. And it's certainly any Hoppy memories as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andy, let's go back to the start, mate. I just want us to tell us a bit about AMG Logistics and how it all began, and just as a business, and also how your sort of like link with the club became as well, and how long that's been. And
well, started 23 years ago. Me and my car, like that was it. Just me and my car, and like in a little warehouse at the back of the Fort Shopping Centre, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And now we're in a 90,000 square foot warehouse. We've got 52 people working there. I don't know how we got there, but obviously something went right. Got some big customers and whatever, which have supported us all the way. And I mean, I've always been a Blues fan, as you know, Paul, all my life. But
Yeah.
about 10 years ago, it got to a position where I could start doing a little bit of advertising, which is what I did, very little, you know. And then probably about 6 years ago, I got to a position where I could start really like putting some adverts in there. And then the foundation came in. And especially since the new owners came in, we've supported quite a lot with the foundation. You know, anything, well, in my opinion, anything I can put back is a help. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to actually do the physical things on the foundation, but I feel like my money that I give to them helps them do what they need to do.
Yeah.
And that's how it's developed over the last, well, especially over the last 5-6 years. You know, so but we've been supporting Blues for about 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, so through the rough times.
Yeah.
And then the rougher times, and now we're in the good times.
Yeah. It must make you feel so proud though, sitting there in your seat, obviously seeing AMG Logistics all over the.
Yeah, it does actually, especially the one that they've got on the moment. I like the way they've done that, and it like pans out and everything. It's quite good, that, isn't it? So, yeah. You know, things back to like, I don't know if you remember those. You know the fixture cards we used to have, like credit cards. That was the first thing I sponsored, and used to have AMG on the back of it. So that's probably about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. So I mean, but no, it's been good. You know, I plan to keep supporting where I can, especially through the foundation. That's where you know, I like to help out if I can, where possible.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's been a good journey so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And obviously, as a fan, do you remember, like, tell us when your first game was and when you started?
Oh God, my memory's not good. It's a long time ago. I think it was about 11. I think when I went to 11 or 12 when I went to the first game. Back in the good old days, you know, like, or was it the bad old days? You know, remember when the Kumars and all that? Oh, they were terrible times. They go on about when we had the Chinese, they were bad times.
Yeah.
You know, that was when it was in a dire state. You know, so but then I then moved away from. I actually moved over to America for a couple of years.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, no, I was 21, so I followed them from afar. Whatever.
Is that because of the Kumars?
Yeah, I just had enough. I had to get out of there. But then I came back and I was in Manchester for about 5 years then. And then when I came back, I was probably late 20s. That's when I really got back into it then, because like when you're away, it's really, you know, you obviously always follow them, but it's hard to tie in seeing the games and whatever. So I mean, like, but you know, ups and downs as it always is with losing it.
Yeah.
As the saying goes, you got to keep right on to the end, and you know, they definitely test us, don't they?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You know, you think back, like, I mean, we're talking 3 years ago. I mean, like, you know, you're going down to the ground. I mean, we all went because we're Blues fans, but let's be honest, we went down there. Football was rubbish. You know, half filled stadium, half open stadium, and you think, here we are 3 years later. I mean, like, you know, you're coming for the cup now, and that fan park out, you know, 2 hours before the game, it's like there's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people there.
Yeah.
How it's changed, it's mad.
Yeah.
And then you know, the owners are, you know, I've spoke to them a few times and whatever. They're here for the long term. They're not just there like trying to make a quick buck.
No.
You know, they're in for, you know, the long term.
Yeah. I don't think we could possibly ask for better owners.
No. I mean, just waiting for that first brick to be laid in the summer.
Right. Okay. Is that
that's what we want. As soon as that first brick gets laid, and then hopefully summertime, I think that's what they're talking.
While you're on that subject, give us your thoughts on the new stadium.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Like, I know there's been lots of like, I don't know if I like it, but well, look, we've even got a new song out of it. You know. So I mean, like, you know, now I love it, and I think you know what they've shown of it. I think that's gonna be half of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, let's be honest, they haven't really shown much of everything else that's going to be around it. You know, you're going to have a 10 to 15,000 seater stadium for the women in the academy. You got, was it 20 pitches? Is it around that they're going to have, like the training
ground?
Then you've got the arena they're going to build. You know, we haven't seen the plans on those really.
No, they've only just announced who the architect is for that as well, haven't they?
That's right. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how it's going to go. I think it's going to get the stadium up as fast as they can so we can use that and then do everything else, or are they just going to go for the whole lot all in one big go?
I think they'll get the stadium up first.
Yeah, I do as well.
100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean the Monday after it was all announced, we gave our gradings out of 10 each, and I think pretty much all of us were a 10. Apart from Craig, who was a 12.
Yeah, probably because he's got to have one for every chimney. You know what I mean?
What about you, Andy? Are you a 10 or would you?
Oh, 100% 10. Absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's some great stadiums out there, but there's nothing that looks like that, is it?
No, I love it.
I mean, like, there is absolutely. You got all these nice big bowls and whatever you want to, spaceships, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that looks like that. I mean, I was speaking to a customer in Holland a couple of weeks ago, and even his first conversation was, "Hey, we've seen your new stadium looks absolutely amazing." So I mean, like, it really has got people talking.
Yeah. I noticed the West Ham fan had put something out about it as well.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Was that on the podcast they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. He was sort of going mad about West Ham's ambition and future and what we're doing. Them and how can we do this, and they sort of can't. And they've just moved into a new stadium. I don't know what he's moaning about, but
but let's be honest, that stage is.
I was going to say, have you been there, Paul?
I have.
It's
awful.
So soulless. Like literally, you're miles away from the people.
Yeah.
And
FA Cup a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Just rubbish. You're just so far back. It's just like
Well, we were sorry, Andy. We were talking to like some of the West Ham fans, and even they were saying this ain't home anymore. This ain't West Ham. It's like traffic lights it's literally traffic lights every 2 yards. You stop it. You can't walk here. Can't walk there.
Yeah.
And then they're throwing all the crap at us.
I know. That was.
But no,
I saved a bit of the memento, to be fair.
I just love the way it's unique to us, and it's going to be a landmark, isn't it? You'll have Wembley Arch, Birmingham Chimneys. And I'm hoping as well when you sat at the back of the Trinity Road stand in their stadium, I'm hoping you'll be able to, over the top of the Holton, you might be able to see the chimneys.
Do you reckon we'll keep the pink lights that everyone's spoken about?
I know. That's what they should do. Do you see that? There's a market there, isn't it? Get the pink lights coming out of the chimneys.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Ali, what are your thoughts on the new stadium, mate? Obviously, I know.
Amazed.
Yeah.
It's one of them, like everyone else. If you wasn't at the event, you sat there, poised watching it, and it was just, I think, more than what I expected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm saying, like you just said, it could have gone for a bowl, could have gone, a generic one, the same as everybody else, but they've gone for something unique and traditional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're 10 as well, 10 out of 10, or
100%, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, and take us back to your sort of starts with the Blues and when your first game. When your first game was
1994-95, and it was Leyton Orient.
Wow.
I think Louis Donovan scored 2.
Was that the first game? I think that was the first game at St Andrews that season, wasn't it?
I think it was. Was it early December?
Because Louis Donovan scored the last goal in front of the old Tilton, and then put the first goal in front of the new Tilton as well. Yeah, no,
I know he scored because Ricky Otto played the Cambridge game. The next one, it was Boxing Day, I think it was, and he scored both ends, didn't he? Home and away.
Yeah.
But they were my first. I never really had a club prior to that, and my stepdad took me down there, and he said to me, come along, see what you think. And I think just going there, the atmosphere, I just went, this is my club now. So from there.
Yeah. Was you born and raised in Birmingham as well?
Yeah. Originally from Borsley Green, and then Maypole, and now in Shirley Solihull.
And how long have you you been going ever since as a season ticket holder, or is it?
It was. I used to go get tickets and that with my stepdad and that, and then I think I was about 14, and I got a season ticket on my own. My dad's mate used to, I used to go with them on the bus.
Yeah,
on and off season tickets. Then I got my dad into it. I remember taking him to his first game, which was, I think it was Newcastle. When Benno saved Shearer's penalty.
The League Cup, yeah.
And from that point, he decided he wanted to be a Blues fan then, and started to go on his own. I was like, great. With me. But, then he went into court. He had a box there for a few years, but it's the last few years I've really, stuck to it and said, you know what, let's get some season tickets. My kids started to be into it, and then now my wife goes home and away with us now. So
brilliant, fantastic. Yeah, you can't be.
Paul, there was a question from Simon Morris very early on the message board, and it was actually for Tally. So I know the answer because you've told me, but tell us about the Wrexham pub that the family used to run.
Yeah, my dad was the landlord there for it was about 8 years, 7-8 years. But it's mad. Before I even became a Blues fan, it used to be on the top floor, and we used to be able to see over at the stadium.
Oh, brilliant!
But yeah, it was there for quite a few years. I just remember it when we were younger. It was one of the only pubs where they allowed Villa and Blues fans in.
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember it well. Yeah,
and no one kicked off.
Yeah. Andy, where did you sit before your seat now as well? Where was you?
Well, I was right at the top of the cop coming round into the Tilton, so right at the top there, right in the corner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that was it where I used to sit or stand in the old stadium, just in front of the toilets.
Right. That was a wise idea, wasn't it?
Have the piss running down the steps.
The
river of pee.
That's it. You got it. Yeah. Everyone remembers that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I think it's only right as well. I mean, obviously a lot of us, we've all been to home and away games, and one memory that sticks out for me with away fans is when we got promoted in Cardiff and we beat Norwich. Their fans were absolutely, because it was such a tense game. It went to the wire, and Darren Carter puts that penalty in. But outside after, I'll never forget the Norwich fans. They were absolutely.
It's really sporting, weren't they?
Yeah. And I just think it's only right. It's only right for me to say, rest in peace to the Norwich fan who was taken in at the weekend at the game, because someone sadly passed away that was at the match. Saturday, they beat Walsall 5-1 at Carrow Road, and the person was at this game. I don't know the person. I don't think any details of the person have been released yet, but someone's sadly been to football again and not gone home. So, and that shouldn't happen, should it? So it's really sad to hear that as well. And it's happening far too often for me lately, I must say.
I don't remember the games being stopped years ago. It seems to be like every 5-10 games. There's something happening. I mean,
Yeah. It was pretty bad at Rotherham season.
I remember that. Yeah,
that was horrible.
I was there. Oh, yeah.
It was about 20 minutes to stop that one for, wasn't it?
Yeah, thankfully that guy made it though, didn't he? I think.
Yeah.
He was okay, and then obviously there was the Charlton fellow with the headphones as well recently, which was really sad.
Yeah.
It's just, it's happening far too often, but I just don't understand why. But yeah, rest in peace to the Norwich fan, and I just wanted to mention that their fans are fantastic. I've got to say that, under the circumstances, it could have gone the other way with them, couldn't it? You know what I mean? I don't know what, so yeah, rest in peace to the Norwich fan.
Some shout outs on the message boards here for you, Paul. So Dave Taylor, we're talking about first games and everything else. Dave Taylor's first game was 22nd of November 1964. Blues lost 6-1 to Chelsea. You don't remember much because he was only 3 weeks old and was carried in by his granddad. I mean, what a story that is. That's definitely the way that everybody seems to go when they're younger, isn't it? My brother was snocking in terms of that. We've had people crawling under the fences, So our fan base really, is pretty special. And we talk about some of these things and some of these clubs. We're up there with the best. Other areas. So Ray Obro said, Andy, did you miss then avoid the knees up Mother Browne when it was in the stadium, or were you caught up in those?
I did miss that. I do know it, but I wasn't there.
And Ray's also said, don't forget for those Birmingham fans, yet again, we haven't got a 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday, so 5:30 kickoff against Swansea if you are travelling up there.
Plenty of time to get there, but obviously a late finish when you get back.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's later at the moment.
Well, you go to Sheffield Wednesday game?
Yeah.
Yeah, got Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah.
I'm just there, Tally, to be honest.
I'm in an Ari.
They wouldn't kick off if Claire wasn't there, Tally.
Do you know what though? We got like 2 or 3 games coming up now. that we can really get something from.
Yeah.
I think the next 4 we've got a real good chance. I think, like, obviously we've got Swansea away, and we normally do okay there. I think that our football is now similar to theirs. I think obviously because Davis kind of helped them out as well, didn't he? We've got Sheffield Wednesday, which we have to beat them away. Stoke at home.
That's a loss then, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't wait to be 4-0 down and everyone will go, okay, you told us we're going to win.
Yeah.
And then Oxford at home. I think, the next 4 games are decent, because then we have got a tricky run. We've got Leicester at home, Norwich away, Millwall away, and then Middlesbrough at home. So we need to get something from the next 4.
Stoke at home, isn't it? We played Oxford at home.
Oxford away, sorry. Yeah.
Oxford away, yeah. When's that then? Because I know you said that's your
31st of Jan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next 4: Swansea away, Sheffield Wednesday away, Stoke at home, and Oxford away.
Yeah.
I'd expect at least 6 points from those.
Let's hope so.
I hope so. Yeah.
But if we get 9, then realistically, you can say that we should be safe then as well, so we can actually then start looking upwards, can't we?
Yeah, I hope so.
I think that's the other thing, actually. You know, when we get to that point where we can go, actually, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
A team that relaxes is probably more dangerous than those that are fighting for things in and around them. And the fact that we've still got those teams around us to play, and, those at the bottom of the half where, okay, some of them are going to be scrapping. Wednesday, I think, they're playing for pride.
Yeah.
You can't see anything else coming out of that. But for the others, they'll all have something to go for. And I still stick by the fact that when a team comes at us, that's when we're at our most dangerous, because our counter-attacking football is, for me, way much better than the standard. We'll just go tippy-tappy and set up the play. Some good shout-outs on YouTube as well. So Alfie James 3. I remember my dad's mate would hide his son under his massive beer belly at the turnstiles to get him in for free. Always, these stories are just absolutely superb. So Kevin Arkwell, Kai Wagner has hit the ground running. Looks like a good sign.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk about it. On 2 games, assisting the first, inside the first 10 minutes, scoring his first goal as well for the club. I mean, this guy looks absolutely superb, and what a way to break into the team, and he's already becoming a fan's favourite, isn't he? Because he's not afraid to put in a challenge, but he also puts in the work that's needed, getting us forwards. What's everybody else's thoughts on him?
I think he just. Sorry, I was just going to say he looks so much more athletic than Cochrane. As much as I like Cochrane, don't get me wrong, I like Cochrane, but. Yeah, he's got a real fight in his hand to get his shirt back now, hasn't he? Which is what you want.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah.
But we said it in the summer that we needed a left back.
Yeah.
And we never went and got one.
Thing though, wasn't it? Oh, when we get Buchanan back, it'll be all right. You need.
I think Cochrane has improved though as the season's gone on. We
got 2 good.
Yeah. It took him up. He had a hard time at Stoke away. I went to that one, and he had a hard time against them.
Yeah.
But since then, sort of up until when he got injured, I think he's been improving every game, don't you?
He's buckled down, Paul, I think.
Yeah. But let's do like a half-season review, a smack bang halfway through the season. Let's sort of rate the season out of 10 so far, and let's maybe pick our player of the season so far and goal of the season so far. I'll start with you, Claire.
Home, I would give it a 7.5 to 8. Away, I would give it about a 5.
Really, that high?
The people I'm talking about, the playing is about 3, but the people that we see increases.
That's a 10, isn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, I think the away we've been decent. Obviously, we've sold out every single one so far. Player of the. It's a tough one, really, because I'll probably say Roberts.
Okay.
I think for consistency, Doyle would have been around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think over the Christmas period, we needed Doyle and Clara, and they kind of messed it up for themselves.
Yeah.
Goal of the season, probably Damari Gray. at Southampton. Miss of the season was Kyogo at Southampton. And probably game of the season, I'd actually probably say I thought the Ipswich game was brilliant at the start because actually it made us so optimistic. And then it kind of went from there. But
I think Blackburn away, Claire. Blackburn away was
Blackburn was good. I mean, that was hard work as well, wasn't it? All of them have been hard work away. But I think there is always a team in the lower half of the league that does a run. And I'm just hoping it's us.
The one.
And it's the Championship, so you never know. And everyone beats everyone. I mean, Coventry was so far clear. Now they've obviously had a little bit of a wobble. There will be I think there'll be 2 or 3 teams this year that all of a sudden do a run. And I'm hoping one of them is us.
Yeah. I'll give the season a sort of 5.5 to 6 out of 10, maybe 5.75. And that's combined of home and away form. Most of that obviously comes from the home form. My player of the season so far is Tommy Doyle. I just think every time he plays, he's the best player on the pitch. And goal of the season, we have scored some good ones, you know. The goals that we've scored have been really good. I mean, I love Duxie's goal against Coventry. I thought that was fantastic finish. But I think I'd agree with you, Claire, Damari Gray. I loved his one against Watford as well, though, when all the water came off the net. I think I'm with you on Southampton away as well. That was a cracker, wasn't it? It's a shame he didn't count for anything, but they've got so far. Andy, what about you?
I think as a general for the season, 6.5, 7. We're still too negative when we play. Like, I don't like this backwards, forward, sideways. You know, we got to drive. When we drive forward, pushes the teams back. You know, and that's when we look good. But when we sit there and try and absorb it and pass it, and you can see everyone's like, "Oh God, no, you know, don't give it to Beadle, don't give it to Beadle." But no, I mean, but Damari Gray at Southampton, definitely the best goal, you know. So I mean, but no, I think that if you get the right signings in this window, I think we can mount a push for playoffs. But, you know, I think the days of like, we're going to get automatic right at the beginning of the season. I think we're all dreaming then. I think there's no reason why we can't get the playoffs. No. And then when you get there, anything can happen, can't it?
Yeah. And who's your player so far?
Doyle, absolutely. Yeah, best player I thought we've got. You know, so I think actually Damari Gray as well. I mean, like I didn't know what to expect with him coming back, and like, I don't know if you noticed when the first few games he came back, no one was passing the ball to him. He was standing out in the wing, no one was. But you know, just before he got injured, the ball was going to him all the time. And like, you know, he put some wicked crosses in, getting great goals as well. Yeah. So hopefully, when he comes back, Wagner behind him, down that wing.
Yeah, unreal that he's.
Overlapping on each other could be.
The same on the other side potentially when Laird's back as well. If he might struggle to get it off Iwata. I'm not going to lie, because obviously Iwata plays no matter what, doesn't he? With Chris Davis.
Imagine Laird on the right with Roberts and then Wagner and Gray. I can't wait for Ethan Laird to come back. I'm going to be the happiest person alive.
Yeah.
And we
can't wait to see him.
We got what's it in Nigeria? What's his name? Sane.
I
mean, and he can play that. He can play defence or wing as well. So.
He's not bad.
No, I know. I agree.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? Give us your sort of views on the season so far, rating out of 10, and player of the season so far, and goal of the season.
Okay, I'll do my best. I've got an unruly dog at the moment. I'd probably go for about 7 overall. So and I agree with the goal of the season was probably Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch.
Was it Coventry?
Yeah, you think
that was a good goal.
Yeah, great finish. Yeah,
definitely.
Right,
mine.
I think you can't look past Damari's goal at Southampton for goal of the season. I think overall I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for me for the season.
Yeah.
I think we did get a little bit carried away pre-season, I must admit. But no, you know, we've been steady. We ain't gonna. I don't think for a minute we'll go down. I think mid-table realistically is, you know, on the cards. I think game of the season for me is just Coventry. That was so sweet beating them. Loved it, absolutely loved it. Yeah, I mean, there's been a few good form, and like I say, man of the season's got to be Doyle. He's just Premier League class, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he just lifts everyone, crowd and his fellow players. Damari's been superb since he came back. He's really sort of, you can tell he's enjoying it. He's enjoying every minute of coming back. Clara, mentioned for Clara as well. Robert's Clara. You know, we're a work in progress. It's not mid-table's not a disaster. It's a solid finish. We might squeeze into the top 10. I'm not saying we won't end up in the playoffs because, like Claire said, anyone could put a run together. I think we'll just miss out. But you know, anything 10th, 11th, 12th, that's been a decent season. Unless you never know, we could have a cup run. You know, but scrape past Leeds. Who knows?
Yeah. I think finishing the playoffs, we need to get our recruitment in this January better than what we did last summer. But hopefully, you know, I think they're capable of doing that, though. You know, we have signed some good players, so hopefully we can build on that and like get players in the same sort of quality as Damari Gray, Tommy Doyle, and Patrick Roberts. You know, if we can get players as good as what they are as a number 10 and in other positions as well, then we could be in the playoffs.
I mean, to be honest, Paul, but some people are saying about, it'll be a relegation fight. Nah, no chance.
No
way. We won't be anywhere near the bottom 3.
Yeah, Craig.
I think overall between 6.5 and 7. I agree with Claire. There's one thing, you know, the away games, the performances may have been poor, but you know what, the fans have been unreal. But that also, I've got to say, goes for being at home as well. You know, it's not very often when you can say that so far this season over 80% of the games have actually been sellouts, and then that is some going when, you know, as Andy said, go back 3 years and we were on the brink. We were a Sheffield Wednesday. You know, it's unreal how far we've come. Game of the season. So it's a real toughie, but I think I am going to go with what others have said, and that's the Cov game. I just think, you know, we gelled. We saw some great goals, and we saw the Birmingham City that we want to see game in, game out. As we've gone through the season, and I think goal of the season. This one really is tough. But I am going to go with Dimmy down at Southampton. I think the strike was just sweet. Like you said, no, it didn't mean anything, but it still kept his run going and areas.
Yeah.
As for where we can be, you know, this league is absolutely anybody's. You know, everybody was going, Coventry are going to run away with this. No, they're now hitting this patch, which we all said would come at some point in time.
Yeah.
And this is where the players, they get their opportunities now, you know, and from our side perspective, we're in the middle of a window. There are players that we know are not going to be around. There are players that are being said, if you find somewhere to go, you can go. But then there are players that are on the fringe that actually now should be fighting and working their backsides off to go, Joe, you're going to start there and you're not going to stop. So, you know, when we go forwards, that's what I want to see in this second half of the season, especially these next few games. You know, they've got to be stand up, they've got to be accounted for and see what happens. Player of the season so far. I mean, he has his up and downs, but I think a Water playing at the back has just been superb. And he's not the same to me at the moment when he pushes forwards back into midfield. But what we see from a defender's point of view and a player being stuck in there and said, please go and do the job for us, I think he has been absolutely superb. You know, he's in that position at the end of the season. Very much, but we'll see what comes next. But I think overall, good 6.5 to 7.
Yeah.
And a good couple of away wins. Get us up further up that table, see us relax, and then see what we can do.
Yeah. I think for me, moment of the season, obviously being fortunate enough to be there, has to be Dykes at Blackburn away. That 98th minute winner was just, it
was incredible. And I tell you what, I don't think I've seen Limbs like it from a Birmingham perspective. And I know people will go, no, Bolton was better. Actually, I think that because of the way it came and how it all came together, was probably better for me than that Bolton away game.
I wasn't at Bolton away, but I can imagine that was probably had much more emotion.
Yeah, that was.
I'm not going to lie, Craig. I think Bolton away. I mean, I wasn't there, but I think that would top a lot of things. Like, also the emotion and that. The fact that Dykes scored. I think everyone was in shock. And I think that because of how we won it, considering we had backs against the wall and then we went. But I think that Bolton game will live long in the memory. Like that, if we had gone down, we would have struggled to ever come back up, because that was one of the. I know that we've had it bad since then, but if we'd gone down even with them, I think we would have struggled.
So I was lucky enough to be at Bolton, and that was the most drained I've ever been at an away game. That was just unreal.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. And Tally, mate, sorry, last but not least, your thoughts on the season so far? Score out of 10, goal of the season, and player of the season.
Score out of 10, 6, pretty similar to you guys, 6.5, 7. Player of the season, it's hard to not say Doyle, but Gray's played well, and I just think at the beginning Gray it takes a lot to come from the Saudi League back into like the Championship, so I think it took a while for him to adapt. But when he did, he's done really well since. But what would I say about Marvin's goal? I like Gray's goal because again, Watford and Southampton, he did, same sort of finish. But Marvin's, it's that cross from Wagner and the finish. Collectively, one of the best.
Finish.
What was the other question?
That was it. Goal of the season, player. 4 out of 10.
Yeah, that's it then.
Yeah. So Andy, we've asked you, and Tully, if you want to give this a think while we go through Andy's, you're more than welcome to, mate, as our other special guest. We've asked Andy to do his lifetime 1 to 11, like the players that he's seen play Blues in his lifetime so far.
Yeah.
And we're going to go through that now with sort of formation, and then you've got to pick a captain and manager as well.
Yeah.
So not to put you on the spot, obviously, if he's too much.
It's all right.
Have you done
It's harder than you think, you know.
No, I'm just whilst I'm listening to Andy's, I'm going to be typing it up there.
So, Andy, what formation are we playing? And
flexible.
Everywhere.
Oh, no.
It's 4-4-2-ish. But it could be maybe 4-3-3.
I wish we'd play 4-4-2 now, with these players we got. I think it could
But I think if you need to be able to just be able to be changed. I think that's what's missing with our game at the moment. He's setting the team out exactly as there's no change within the game, all right, we might go a bit defensive, but there's no you're playing a team, well, we're not beaten, let's switch it round throughout the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're missing. But it's his first manager's job, isn't it? So
we've got a manager job as well as players that are finding their feet at the level. We've got a manager that as well. So each time will become the real deal. I really do. I really hope so as well. I really hope so. Yeah. I hope so for Davies as well. We don't need to keep changing the manager. Stick with him.
No. I think we've got to stick with him. Stick with him till the end of the season. So let's see how we run at the end of the season. So I'm not expecting promotion, but not expecting. But let's just see where we are. There's no point just changing the managers for sake of it.
He ain't going anywhere.
No. I agree.
No. So who's in goal then, Andy? So this is from your first game up until now, yeah?
Yeah, over all the players I've seen throughout it. So goalie for me was quite hard on this one, because we've had some good goals, but I've gone for Tony Coulson.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like he's like him or Lee Camp. I couldn't work out which was which, But no, Tony Coulson for me was a top goalie.
Yeah. Any honorable mentions though? Maybe it was in your mind when you was thinking about it.
Joe Hart, obviously.
Yeah.
Bennett as well. Great goalie for us. Really good goalie. But and just thinking back to really, that was the days when I first started proper following Blues then, and he was a great goalie for us.
Mike Taylor as well come into your mind?
I mean, he's a good goalie, but he doesn't stand out like the others, if you know what I mean. But not for me personally. So I mean,
I just thought I'd say that in case he pops up to hospitality or something. You know what I mean?
No, I've seen Mike. I know Mike. So I mean, no problem.
Go for it.
Back four, right? Stephen Carr. has to be.
Yeah, no brainer.
Yeah. And also, he's my captain as well.
Good show.
Yeah. Roger Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah. Noel Blake.
Wow.
And the nearest is, I know he wasn't most skillful, but he was solid. No one messed with him. He was like absolutely solid at the back, and great, knocked in a few goals as well, didn't he? So, and then Martin Granger.
Yeah.
That's my back four.
Good back four.
Hard back four.
Yeah.
Right, midfield. Now this is where it flexibility a bit. So I've had to put Jude in, and I know that's probably more than what he's done now, but I remember that last season, and you could see it. You could see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like everyone was going on about him, and those last 10 games that like we had him, you could just see the play he was going to come.
Well, I'd only seen one player take the ball out of the sky before he do what he did. When the ball comes down out of the sky, his first touch was just absolutely magnificent. And the last player I saw do that before him was Doug Gary.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember which game it was where the ball was going to like the opposition's end. It was going to the corner, and everyone thought it was going out, and somehow we got to it.
Sheffield Wednesday, wasn't it?
Was it Sheffield Wednesday? Yeah.
Was it Sheffield Wednesday away? Then we scored or something.
Barnsley.
Or Barnsley. It's one of them. Yeah.
It was going right to the corner. Everyone thought it was going out, and he just kept on running and got it. So that's why he gets in the midfield. Robbie Savage.
Oh,
that has to be. Yeah. Everyone hates him unless he's in your team.
Yeah,
well, he's great to have in your team.
Player we need now, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah, So Seb Larson,
great winger. My favourite.
Great winger.
My favourite winger as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the other one was this. This is where it has to get a bit flexible there. So like, really struggling with this, but I've gone for Paul Devlin.
Okay.
And the reason is again, a bit like as you say with Hoppy, he gives everything for the club, and he great winger, really, wasn't he? I mean, like he was, gave everything for the club. So I mean, like, so that's why I put him in there. Strikers, full sell Duggery.
Yeah,
that's to be. I mean, like for me, that's it. I mean, I know we've had other ones, but for me, the ones I've seen over the years, you can't,
You could play like a diamond, couldn't you? You could play you could play Savage in front of the back four with Bellingham as the 2-8s, and then have on front two.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's why it's flexible, you see.
Maybe
I should be the manager. Manager Steve Bruce.
Okay. Yeah.
And the only reason is that was great times, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had fun times with Steve. I mean, we've had some good managers over the years. I mean, you can even go back to like the likes of Ron Saunders, even Barry Fry. Barry Fry, I need to put down it because it was great fun when we, like how many players we signed in this week was when it was Barry Fry, wasn't it? I mean, like it was. But like I think for the best time, as in, like in recent history, Steve Bruce,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That first sort of 3 or 4 years under Brucey was special. It was almost like a Galacticos era, wasn't that one?
That what was it? That was it the first season we went up into the Prem and like what was he end up 10th, did we, or something?
10th.
When he signed like Izzet and Grunkiar and didn't work out for us, but at the time when we signed them, like I said, it was like a Galacticos era. We had Heskey, we had Forsell, we had Cunningham, Malkiot. Starting players from like that had played over 50 games for Chelsea and teams like that.
I'll tell you what's worrying. When we get to the Premiership, they will go for it, these owners.
Yeah.
They will be. Because let's be honest, how many players in our team now do you reckon are good enough to be in the Premiership?
We need to do a Forest, spend 2 million at least.
Yeah, definitely. There's probably maybe 5 players in the whole squad that I think could probably, I'm not saying be in the team, but be in the squad.
Yeah.
So you think we've then got to go and get another 20 plus players there, haven't we?
Yeah.
And, it's going to cost. It's going to cost us 200 million.
Yeah.
Maybe even 300 million.
Yeah. Nice problem.
I know. Yeah, I'll take that.
There's sometimes though. I mean, last time we went up, and the first time we went up with that squad.
Yeah.
A lot of players. That played regular that you didn't think maybe it might work out for him, but it did. The likes of Damian Johnson, Jeff Kenner was coming towards the end, but did really well for us. Horsfield obviously as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't think you've got those players now. Those players, they'd die for the club, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny, not knocking any of the current players. You know, maybe Sano, he puts a shift in whether he plays good or not, you know. But there's not many that would like go through hell and earth to get us to win the game.
Yeah. I think Clara would head a slab if you threw it in the air, wouldn't it?
They'll kick it, one of the two. I can't work out.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that, Andy. That's a good side. That is. I like that.
And as we've been chatting, and Andy, you've named your team, I will say both Noel Blake and TC must be listening, because I've had a blue heart come through from TC to say thanks for putting me in the team. Yeah. And Noel has said, thank you very much. Very gracious of you. So, you know, these boys do listen.
Yeah.
I'm honoured that Noel Blake's listening to us on his birthday as well. That's
Yeah.
You are listening, Noel. Very happy, many happy returns, mate. Okay, Tally, then hit us with yours, mate. Have you done it?
Yeah.
In that
I feel
time?
like I'm copying Andy though.
Oh, he's cheated, look. He's in time.
You got a good choice there. 4-4-2. Ish. Yeah. Manager, Steve Bruce. Because again, I mean, you could say Alex McLeish.
Yeah.
If he hadn't have done what he did, he would have been a legend. But, you know, moving to the Vile, killed it for everyone, didn't he? Goalkeeper, Joe Hart.
Yeah.
You know, there's been some great... Ian Benny, obviously, from when I first started watching them, but it was... With Joe Hart, it was just... I think everyone wished him to stay, but then he went on to, you know, play, you know, season after season for Man City, so he did well for that season. Stephen Carr, again, awesome player. Centre halves, Liam Daesh.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
To me, we all talk about it. Clara, everyone says, "Oh, he's like Liam Daesh." Exactly the same, solid.
Yeah.
You know, the badge with pride. Michael Johnson.
Yeah, Jono. Yeah,
Jono.
Yeah.
And then Granger finishes off the back four. You know, he was my all-time favourite player anyway, Granger. So change it up a bit. Jose Dominguez. I know we never had him long. He was just... I remember watching
any of you think about Stanley at all, Lazaridis?
Yeah, Stan's missing.
I did think about him.
Yeah.
But, sorry.
Yeah.
On the bench.
Yeah. You've made me think now. Do I want that? Robbie Savage, because I think before he played for Birmingham City, I couldn't stand him. When he was at Leicester, I just couldn't stand him. Come to play for us, he became a legend.
Bowie was the same, wasn't it?
Exactly the same. Barry Ferguson.
Yeah.
If we'd have stayed up that year, I think he would have had a good couple of seasons out of him after that.
Yeah.
I know this one's one of Paul's favourite players, Louis Donowa. He was class. He was a class player. And then strikers, you go Forsell, top player. Absolute top player, and then Stevie Claridge.
Oh yeah.
He was on my first shirt. I remember his name on my first shirt.
You've gone nicely there through the different sort of decades and generations since you've been watching us as well. You know.
I mean, you can, like Andy said, you can easily go for Jude to star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw enough out of like in a blue shirt for me to put him in my all-time top 11.
Yeah. Mine's very similar when I did mine. You know, my two fullbacks are exactly the same. My two centre halves would be Cunningham and Upson. I just think that's the best partnership. That they were just out of this world, weren't they? And then in the middle, I went for Savage and Ferguson, Larson on the right, Stan on the left, and Forsell and Dugarry up front. So it's not too dissimilar. In goal, I think I went for Joe Hart as well, to be fair, because I thought he was brilliant as well.
Yeah, remember him? I think everyone wished and prayed for him to sign for us, but
never was he. Man City were never going to sell him. I mean, I'd love Man City's backup goalkeeper now. You know, if we could get him on loan even for the rest of the season, that's the sort of signing I'd love to see us make. But let's see what happens.
Yeah.
At the end of the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good team.
Paul, going on to signings, the women have made some signings, Craig. you want to talk about them?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we've had a couple of outgoings since the window's opened up. So Poppy Irvine, who's one of the youngsters, has gone out to Cheltenham on loan. So she's got gaining experience, but has got some way to improve. And a player that I thought actually would stick around and fight it out a little bit, but has gone on loan to Southampton, is Tegan McGowan. Now Tegan, when she was on form, was a phenomenal player, battling forwards quite often and doing really well. So wish Tegan all the best during her loan spell at Southampton. But then we've made some fantastic incomings. So it's all about strengthening the ladies' team, especially from an attacking prowess side of things. So we have signed on loan Lotta Lindstrom, who joins from London Lionesses. Now, young, eager, really wants to go out and show what she can do, and an opportunity, I think, at Blues in this second half of the season. But for me, the best piece of business they've done so far, and I've got to say, I've not heard a bad word said about her, is the signing of Sinead Hopcroft from Crystal Palace. There's going to be an article going onto our website shortly, which Stephen Gill's put together, working with some of the people from Crystal Palace. And to say that they're gutted that she's left is very much an understatement. Arguably scored the goal that got Crystal Palace promoted and won them the title when they were then up as well. So a lot of experience coming in, and I don't think we're finished yet either. So, men are doing some business, but Amy is really, really forging ahead with the ladies. We haven't got a home game for a couple of weeks, but that first one in February against Nottingham Forest is massive. As we get closer, hopefully we'll have some guests on to talk about the ladies' game and what we can expect at that. But again, just in advance, if you can get down there for that game, and it's only one that you go to, come down and support the ladies. It's a really big game against Nottingham Forest. It's an opportunity for us to continue to climb the table and forge that position. We're second there at the moment, but only on goal difference after Bristol won the weekend. Birmingham's game was cancelled due to the pitch up at Newcastle. So we do have a game in hand, but we really want to push on. But some great signings across the board.
And do you watch much of the women's team as well, or?
I'll be telling you, no, I don't. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't fit much. I just can't fit it all in. I really can't.
Exactly the same boat, mate.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to go down there more often, but like if you're down there Saturday, then it's Sunday, and I just can't fit it all in.
I've said this before on here. I'll probably be filing for a divorce. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm nearly there now. No, it's a juggle, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just before we go, Paul, I want to slot in a little story of Robert Arthur Hopkins, when he popped into the studio. Is that okay?
Yeah. Go for it.
Here we go. It should be coming up any second.
So names days, there wasn't Twitter and none of that. So Villa fans, it was a rumour was a Blues fan. But all Villa fans thought, he must be a Villa fan, he's kissed his shirt. But I've got this Blues badge, haven't I? No, I've kissed it.
Right.
So it got round. The pressure took off me a bit because everybody was saying, he must be a Villa fan, he's kissed his shirt. But I was kissing my badge. Little did they know. And like that made it really good, that made it acceptable. I've just kissed my Blues badge, scored and whatever. So,
And then your other games, Rob, you...
Well, I was subbed the week after against Stoke.
And then Notts County.
That was a while after Notts County. So I was subbed the week after against Stoke. And Villa lost 2-0, which was a shame, Came on the last 10 minutes. I can't remember. I played against Notts County. I can't remember how long afterwards it was. Yeah. It was a while afterwards, so... It was after Ron Saunders, Tony Barton took charge.
Okay.
I think it was a year after they won the league. And played this Notts County game. And I'm actually starting my first game. So, I've played the game, got my Blues badge on as usual, Villa were losing 4-0. You've been to Notts County in the old days. There's the away fans used to go in the corner.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So Villa 4-0 down. So I'm taking the corner. It's the first corner we had, I think, all the game. So went over to take the corner, but there must have been a tussle or something before, and my Blues badge had come out. These V-shirt, and I used to put it in to hide it, but it had come out like so you could see it easy. So I went over to take this corner, and I heard some Villa fans. He's got a Blues badge on, and there was nigger right that trying to get at me. The corner was the last minute. I don't know what happened to the corner, but we was off.
Yeah.
And after there was punch ups in the corner, all of the fans trying to get onto the pitch and all this. But the old badge. But needless to say, that was my one and only full game for them.
Right.
There you go. That was up there.
Imagine being a diehard Blues fan, obviously playing for them. I couldn't imagine it. I mean, it's not just Gary Gardner as well springs to mind, and obviously Craig as well, and you know what I mean. Yeah, it must. I mean, obviously it's your job, innit? I know that, and you have to be professional, I suppose. But it can't be easy, can it?
No.
Just trying to visualise myself in the changing room now, getting changed to play for him and putting the kit on and everything.
Don't put yourself through.
Anyway, moving on. Predictions for Saturday then. Let's start. I'll go with Swansea. I think we'll get a 1-1. Claire?
I would take a 1-1. But I'm hoping we can do what we did a few seasons ago and get a 90-something minute winner, 2-1.
The trusty
head. Yeah. That was a special moment.
Yeah. Andy?
I'd like to think we're going to win. By what? It's either going to be 1-0 or 2-1. Something like that. That's what I hope as well.
Narrow victory. Yeah. Chris?
I'll go for a 1-0 win. Yeah. The Blues.
Clean sheet.
Yeah.
When was our last clean sheet?
Was it one of the 4-0s?
Yeah.
It's been a few games, hasn't it?
Been a while, hasn't
it? Yeah. Ro?
I think we'll get something. I'm not too 100% sure about a win, but I'm going to go 1-1 as well. I think 1-1's decent there, to be honest. Solid point. Yeah, I'll take 1-1.
Tyler?
2-1. Definitely.
Win 2-1.
Yeah, win 2-1.
Okay. Craig?
We'll scrape a hard 1-0. And I just, fingers crossed, it's the turning point of the season.
Hope so. Yeah, certainly away from home anyway. So we definitely, even if we were like 11th in the league in away form, we'd be in the playoffs, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Work out all the points. I think I'm about there or thereabouts. I want to make sure I'm not having a disaster with that predicament. But I think that's about right, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
He just said yes.
So I'll pass that one over.
Oh dear. Okay, so any other good comments coming in? Anything else we want to go over, or is that a wrap? Are we nearly at the end?
Here's a team for you. Just before we go to the end, sorry, Chris.
Sure.
Dave Taylor and his team, right? This is what you call a team of hard knock players. Tony Coates goal. Dave Langham, Mark Dennis, Noel Blake, and Colin Todd.
Notches.
Howard Kendall, Mark Ward, Robbie Savage, Bob Atton, Trevor Francis, and Bob Latchford. Captain of that side, Howard Kendall. Manager, Freddie Goodwin. What a team that would be.
Imagine the Christmas do.
Yeah. Imagine that.
It'd still be happening at Easter.
Wow.
Imagine being the doorman telling them they're not coming in.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a few stories of Noel Blake and Robert Hopkins, which I'll go through because I'm going to do a special sort of like next week. But I've got 2 specials planned. But yeah, with a few stories and a few memories. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could listen to Hoppy for hours, couldn't you?
Oh yeah. Thick as
brilliant.
Lovable robes.
Okay, so we've been the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by AMG Logistics, and thank you, Andy, for obviously sponsoring us, and thank you for your time tonight, mate, for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much, Paul.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
I have indeed, mate.
Good. And
see you at the next home game.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll see you Saturday week, is it? Yeah.
Saturday week, yeah.
So it's good night from me, and it's good night from Claire Wielder.
Good night from me. Rest in peace, Hoppy. We'll hopefully get a win for you on Saturday, and hope we'll be singing your name on the terraces for you. So looking forward to it, and safe travels to those who are going down as well. and it's a good night from Robe, so he doesn't mess it up.
He's still going to mess it up.
I'm not going to mess it up. I'm in comfort tonight because I've been home alone. I'd like to say, God bless Hoppy. Keep it on, rest in peace. And hopefully we'll get the win for you on Saturday. I'm going to pass over to, I'm going to say good night, I should say, to Tally.
Yeah, good night. Rest in peace, Oppo. And good night from me. Good night from Craig Courtney.
And it's a good night from me. And the one thing I want to say is, aye, Hoppy, aye.
Yeah.
I hope that is sang loud and proud on Saturday and the following week, as I'm sure it will be. May he rest in peace. And we'll end up by going over to the man with the buttons, Mr. Chris Browne.
Yeah, it's a good night from me. Rest in peace, Hoppy.
And it's a good night from Andy.
And it's a good night from Andy. I was getting there. It's a pregnant boy.
He's only got one job as well. Yeah, Chris is the boy.
You can't blame me this week, can you? The pressure's on, isn't it?
Good night, everyone. And Hoppy, keep right on.
Well, I went to Man City. I went to West Brom after that, didn't I?
You scored because there was an infamous incident, wasn't there, that we've talked about, and with Birmingham City supporters going, Hoppy come and scored a goal against the Blues.
Oh, for the
celebrate, remember when you celebrated? Tell us the story of that, because it ain't as simple as that, is it, mate?
Well, it never is it?
No, it never is.
We played. I don't know why. It was a Sunday morning, and Roger. I remember Roger Hansbury was in goal for the Blues.
Yeah.
But West Brom won. I think it's 4-0, and I actually scored 2.
Yeah.
And I didn't celebrate the first one, but the second one I celebrated because nobody knows. All during the game, I was taking corners for West Brom in this corner, and there was this bloke. He's about 18, and he kept on spitting at me and throwing things at me and bottles, and I don't know what I've done to him.
Yeah.
And he actually spat right on me. Remember, the fencing was still there.
Yeah.
And he spat right in my face, and actually, just as he's done it, I actually scored this goal. So I celebrated, but I celebrated to him, to this one bloke. So afterwards, he got round, Hoppy can't be that much of a Blues fan. He celebrated, but it wasn't celebrating the goal. It was this bloke who I'd love to have gone over the fence
and smashed
and give him a smack. But he got round afterwards. He can't be that much of a Blues fan. He's celebrating and that. Yeah. But it was nothing to do with Blues. It was just this one bloke, which I'd love to see him again. But But as you say, that's got round. That I celebrated. But I didn't. I'm just this one bloke. I was trying to get hold of him. So.
In postseason football, you need to find that extra gear. On FanDuel, it's called Playoff Mode. Big boosts, more rewards, and a whole new way to live parlay with Drive SGP. Turn on Playoff Mode, only on FanDuel.
New customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. 21 plus and present in select states. First online real money wager only. $5 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com.